Let's bring this meeting into order. So I've recently come across a news report about a certain famous author. Some of you may know who I'm talking about, others may not. The first article I found on this topic is on a website called Vanity Fair. The article is called J.K. Rowling Proves Her Commitment to Transphobia in Her New Novel, and it was written by a person named Emily Kirkpatrick. Sorry if I am butchering that name. That's right, J.K. Rowling, the person who wrote the well-known Harry Potter series that made so many Muggleborns go through an identity crisis. That J.K. Rowling. Now, of course, my curiosity got the best of me, and obviously I clicked on the article, and from what I've seen, it's not clickbait. The first sentence in the article states, "No longer satisfied with simply repeatedly expressing her transphobic opinions on Twitter in the 3,600-word screeds on her personal website, J.K. Rowling now appears to be bringing her TERF, trans-exclusionary radical feminist logic, to a bookshelf near you via her new fictional novel, Troubled Blood, out Tuesday." The words, "her transphobic opinions," had a link embedded, so I clicked on it and was led to an article called Where J.K. Rowling's Transphobia Comes From, written by Grace Robertson. The first paragraph of this article goes, J.K. Rowling has caused a huge media storm in the past week, beginning Saturday when she took to everyone's favorite social network for reasoned, thoughtful discussion to voice her views on the validity of transgender people. This isn't the first time she's brought up the subject, but the directness of her tone and the mind-boggling time during Pride Month and a global uprising against inequality instantly made it a defining moment in her career. Now that just piqued my curiosity, so I went to her Twitter and searched for a few of these tweets. After constantly scrolling past all of her retweets of her fans' artwork, I found a few works that involved trans people. I found a thread where J.K. Rowling linked an article called Freedom to Think, the Need for Assessment and Treatment of Gender Dysphoric Children, and it had a repost of a paper with the same name written by a guy named Marcus Evans. I'm not very good at understanding adult sentences, but I'm pretty sure that the article translates to, "We need to assess and treat trans people," which is completely fucked up. I know this is the first time I've sweared on this podcast, but it is for a good reason. There's also something else that I have noticed. J.K. Rowling had a thread in 4 parts, however, part 2 out of 4 is missing. So I'm pretty sure that she deleted the most inappropriate one in an attempt to potentially protect her career, or maybe her agent told her to. Now, I decided to see what was so bad about her new book and how exactly is it transphobic. Pretty much what I deduced, there's this cross-dressing person and people are upset because J.K. Rowling hasn't written them as an actual trans person. Now, this is where I don't see much of an issue. I'm not part of the LGBTQ+, and I know very little of how they view the world. But some people do cross-dress and don't see themselves as transgender. So in this portion, I don't think there's anything wrong. However, she does still agree with a transphobic article, and she has proven that she doesn't see trans people as how they're supposed to be seen. From my research, it appears that she thinks they are all just mentally ill. Now, I ask you, should J.K. Rowling be cancelled? I bet several of you are yelling yes, and others are thinking no. My opinion is, well, I personally don't know. There's millions of people who love her Harry Potter series that aren't even aware of any of this. And I didn't even know about it until just a few weeks ago, until just until I found this article, and it turns out that my friend actually knew about this the entire time, and I never did. So what I'm saying is, do what you want. If you don't want to support her anymore, go ahead. If you love the Harry Potter series too much to let it go, then don't. Just keep this information in mind next time you go to purchase something that will benefit her. My name is Portia Aubrey. My Instagram is at dark_night_wolves, and let's bring this meeting to an end.